pectoralis major. What bone is this? Just curious.
Sternum.
What are the three parts? Do you guys remember?
The manubrium, the gladius.
Good job. Good job. Okay, so what muscle is this?
The rectus femoris.
Rectus
abdominis.
See how easy it is? I do this stuff all the time. And I know that I misspeak and nobody catches me, and then like later I'm like, because I say it because you just say stuff, or sometimes people will say something and then I'll agree and then I'll be like, wait, that's wrong. Rectus abdominis. Right, rectus abdominis. And then this is what? Here.
External.
You can see that these muscles here are what? Do you guys know?
Serratus.
So that's the serratus anterior. So the external obliques actually kind of fold in between the serratus anterior. So if you're confused on whether or not it's the superior, or I'm sorry, if you're confused if it's the external or internal obliques, if you follow it up and you see that that's interweaving like a braid with the serratus anterior, you know it's the external. Okay. Then also the external goes down. The fibers run down. Like if you're putting your hands in your pockets, it's like along the lines of your fingers. So it's like down like this. So this is the external obliques. The serratus anterior, the rectus abdominis, and here you can actually see better the, what are these?
The serratus?
Serratus, yeah, serratus anterior. And you have to put serratus anterior because we actually have a serratus posterior inferior and a serratus posterior superior, but you don't need to know them for this class. But so just so you know, there's so many more muscles, so you have to be specific. So we talked about this. So what, did I go over this muscle?
That's the internal.
That's the internal oblique, right? So internal oblique, because see, you can see it's not woven with the serratus. See here, you can see it's braided with the serratus anterior here. These are the internal. Also, the fibers are running differently. These fibers are running down, like if you're putting your hands in your pockets, and the external here would run the same way. But see how that's perpendicular to the way the external would be? So these are the internal obliques. And the transverse abdominis you can't see on this, but I wouldn't ask you, but you can see on the inside here, see how they're running transverse across? So these are the transverse fibers of the oblique. And here you can actually see the lines. You can see the, again, this is not going to be on the test, it's just interesting. Sorry, it's horrible. Transverse, internal, and external obliques, you can see the layers here. So that would be the transverse, which I'm not going to ask you on the test. These would be the insertions of the rectus abdominis. Okay. So, any questions on that? So, from the outside, though, because I won't open them up, I'm just trying to explain. From the outside, you would know this is internal, this is external oblique, these are the serratus anterior here, and this is the rectus abdominis, right? Any questions on that? Okay. I'm not going to ask the masseter on the face there. So that would be it for these guys. Everything else for the muscles will be the ones on the cat specifically, which we'll go over right now. And then the diagrams from your books, like the same things like the body parts and stuff like that, might be laminated with arrows to it. So just know where all the muscles are that I have listed there. And from the cat, let's go over to the cat.